What's going on? What's going on, everyone? It's KIM in the SAVATL. Kim out of today, still in Atlanta, Georgia. And I had to come on here right quick, y'all. It's been a lot going on. I've had 50 million things to do. But I had to come on here and just share with you all how credit and connections have saved the day for me since I have been stranded in Atlanta. Since I touched down from Miami. For those of you who do not know, I was with my recession-proof family in Miami for a great weekend. Yes. We had our conference. It was off the chain. And I told you guys going there, right? I met with a lot of trials and tribulations to get there. This is to be expected. Anytime you're trying to level up in your business, in your life, do better for yourself. If you want to go to the church and get baptized, watch all hell break loose after the baptism, okay? So anytime you're trying to do something like good for yourself, trust me, you will be met with opposition because, certain forces will just want you to quit. And then they want you to take like whatever is coming against you as a sign that you shouldn't be doing that you're on the wrong path when really you're on the right path. So I've been in this game long enough to know, and for many years to know that that type of stuff don't bother me. I just have to roll with the punches and be, flexible, right? So here's the deal. We come back from Miami. We're on a high. We had like Rick Ross that Sunday, so we were amped, geek. Sunday night, Monday, we take the bus to the private flight. We take the private flight back to the bus, back to where our cars are parked. Or everybody at the park and ride. It's like a big adult field trip, right? And so I get to my car. And I'm chilling out for a bit, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry, I'm a little bit tired, and I have 50 million things on my mind because now it's back to life, right? So I'm like, oh gosh, okay, I gotta go pick up my son, I gotta get something to eat, I'm not driving tonight, I'm gonna get a hotel room tonight, and then we'll just get up early in the morning and go to Savannah. Boom, I am not on the highway, I promise you. I'm not on the highway 7 minutes, y'all. And I hit something. Okay, let me lie. This is how I hit. I said, let me not lie. I was trying to make an exit. I thought it was flat. It wasn't flat. Had a little Dukes of Hazzard moment there. And something hit the undergird. Is that a word? The undergird, the underbelly of the car. Busted my oil pan. I found this out later. So I just made it off. Like, when I went boo-doo. The car that was behind me that flew in front of me was looking like, girl, what the hell? I was just like I was like, am I alive? Is oh my gosh. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to be, it's about to be dark. I don't want to be on the highway. So I keep driving the car, get off on the next exit, which is Old National. Now, if you know about Atlanta, you know about Old National. All right. So I'm like, this is not my part. these aren't my parts. This is not my section of the city. So there's an AutoZone, and the car literally makes it in front of AutoZone, and that's it. That's all she has. So I'm literally sitting in the middle turning lane of AutoZone, with my mom. I called my mom and told her what was going on, and she was like, what's the game plan? I was like, right now the game plan is to cry. Because you know how you ever have something happen and you're like, can I please this one time just have a genie in a lamp pop up? Or does anybody have a time machine? I just need to go back 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, and undo what you just did. So I told my mom, I'm like, right now the game plan is to cry. All right, I'll call you back. My mom, being the mom that she is, because she's like, what AutoZone are you at? She calls the people in the AutoZone, gets them, she's like, my daughter's in the median. Can somebody go out there? So these guys are like approaching my car like, your mom called, and I'm just like, what? My mom don't play that. But anyway, I had somebody actually told, and I called Candy, my girl Candy B. I'm telling you, get some friends that are really true blue friends. Get some friends that you don't mind picking up the phone, calling them, and they have your back. And they have your back in a way that's not going to make you feel bad. Oh, let me see what I can do for everything, the least little thing, whether it's a small emergency, a big emergency. You know them types of friends, and you just like, don't worry about it. No, get you some friends that you like, girl, my car stopped, and they're like, where you at? What? And they'll pull up, right? So Candy B is on the way. When she was like, where you at? I said, oh, National. She was like, oh no, I'll be there in a minute. So I had a guy in the parking lot who just happened to have a tow. Towed my car literally from the street, like from here to there, $25 for that. But I needed to get my car out of the street because they were driving crazy. And even the girl that was there was like, oh, you need to move your car. They're going to hit your car. Like, they're going to hit your car. You can't just leave it there. And so he moved the car. That was $25. Then shortly afterward, Candy B pulls up like she Debo or something. Like she Suge Knight. Because I'm sitting there all emotional, and one guy was like, you married? And I'm just like, what? And they were like, you want to sell your car? I'm like, what? Sell my car? I don't even know what's at this point. I don't even know what's wrong with my car. So I'm like, how do we get to selling my car? I gotta buy it. And I'm just like, dude, my guy, can you give me some breathing room? But Candy B came and she was like, I got a friend with a tow truck. We good. Get you a friend like that. My son is laughing. That's how Miss Candy came. So literally her friend pulls up. He tows my car, tells me where the car is going to be towed. So she's like, what we going to do? I'm like, I got to get my son. Now I had to get my son from his father's. So I'm like, how this going to work? She's like, I got you. So first things first, we needed to eat. So me and my girl had some much needed girl time. I'm giving y'all the short version. Went to Chili's. Of course I treated her because that's my girl and you came to me in my time of need. So I'm like, okay, cool. We had some drinks. Yes, we did. Much needed. Then she took me to go get my son. By this time it's 11:30. I was supposed to be there at 11. Get my son. And now I'm like, okay, what am I, I was kind of sort of while we were eating, I'm like, okay, where am I going to stay? Because by the time I get my son, it's kind of weird with the check-in. You guys know you have to check in a place before midnight. So now we're pushing midnight, and I'm all discombobulated, just trying to tell my ex, hey, I'm on the way, but not getting into too many details. So we go get my son. Then one of my recession-proof brothers has, like, a lot of people in recession proof, they got Turo cars, they got Airbnbs. That's the other thing. Like when I was sitting at a meeting in the Old National, I did put a message in the recession proof WhatsApp for Atlanta, and I was like, all right, fam, I need y'all to come through. I need a car, I need a place to stay. Who has an Airbnb that's not booked and a car, whatever. So a lot of people actually hit me back, even some people that were still in Miami. Man, when I tell you that fam is so deep, I was so appreciative. Even some people in Miami were like, hey, I'm still in Miami. I stayed 2-3 days late, but you want me to call my boy, or you want me to call so-and-so? But once Candy said that she was coming and her person had the tow, I was like, okay, cool. So I put the all call out, people answered, and then I was like, actually, now I'm good. So one of the recession proof brothers had his Airbnb that was available. Y'all check out Aces Palace, downtown Atlanta. It's very nice, okay? So he hooked us up with the Airbnb. I'm happy it wasn't booked. So I was like, oh gosh, thank you. And left things squared away for me. We get to the Airbnb. My son, he has it laid out like it's a club. Lights flashing everywhere, lights behind the TV, lights in the corner, lights. I'm like, my guy. I'm trying to get this boy to sleep for virtual schooling. But it was nice. I'm telling you, get you some friends that have something to their name besides complaints and debt. Okay? It will change your life. All right? So we stay at the Airbnb, but then and my car is towed. They call me the next day. They say, okay, we think it's this, but if the engine locked up, you could need a new engine. So I'm just like, okay, let's just figure it out what it is. Then the Airbnb he needs the Airbnb. So then we come over here to one of my favorite places in downtown Atlanta. My son and I are just on this gypsy tour, okay? And he's having the time of his life, okay? But we're just on this gypsy tour going from place to place in Atlanta. And it's very interesting. Now, am I mad? No, I'm not. Why are you not mad, Kim? Because these things happen. But let me tell you guys something. As long as you're handling your business 24/7 and you're not waiting for things to happen to you, money and credit will turn major emergencies into minor inconveniences. I need y'all to hear me on this. Money and credit will turn major emergencies into minor inconveniences. I can tell you, I can remember a time, guys, because I've been going to conferences for a long time, for many years, okay? And I can tell you about it, and I talked about the importance of going to conferences in my Facebook Live, Instagram Live yesterday. But there were plenty of times when I would go to a conference and I didn't even have a room to stay. All I had was a ticket, right? Catching rides with people, sleeping in hotel lobbies, didn't have any money for food. I would come with some crackers or be like, I hope there's a CVS or a Walgreens. I remember one time I went to Las Vegas and my plan was to drink Boost the whole entire weekend. In case you don't know, that's a bad plan. That's a bad plan, okay? But anyway, I can remember when that would happen. And if I had not stayed persistent and committed to improving myself and not continuing to stay in that place of just barely making it to the conference and just, well, at least I'm here. Do not live in the land of at least. So I have committed myself throughout the years. Kim, you got to level up. Every single time I went to a conference and I didn't have enough food, I didn't have enough, I didn't have lodging, I didn't have the ticket for the conference, or I was eating tuna while everybody else was eating what you call that thing? While everybody else eating salmon? Ooh. I could have said, I'm going to stop going to these conferences because I'm tired of this. But instead, what I said was, I'm tired of this, so I've got to stop going to conferences like this. I use that brokenness, right, to fuel me so that I didn't go to the next conference as broke as I went to the last conference. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like this whole situation right here, this whole scenario right here, the little one is back there. Say hey, Kassan. I don't know if they can see you. Y'all can't see him. Why are you in the dark, my love? Don't worry about Instagram. I'm gonna show y'all my view right now. I'm gonna show you your girl's view right quick. Bam. Bam, Facebook. Bam, Instagram. Bam. Okay, we've had a lovely day, right? This was his view while he was doing virtual schooling today. This was the view I woke up to. This was the view I did my phone calls on. I listened to my Zoom webinars, messaged my clients, all with this view. Why am I telling you this? Because I could have really been in the old Kim years ago. I'm telling you, I had to pay for not one but two tows. I have to pay for the car repair. Of course, my homie that came to my rescue, I treated her to a meal. Of course, I mean, like, if somebody helps you out, you want to do something for them, right? Like, if I had to get an Uber driver, I would pay them. So why wouldn't I try to do something for my friend, right? So all of this money, all of these unexpected expenses that before, they would have been a major emergency, right? Now they're just minor inconveniences. And let me tell you what I did. It all and mind you, all while I'm at the conferences, I'm making sales from that little, you know, what do y'all call it? The pyramid scheme thing. Yeah, that pyramid scheme thing. All while I'm at the conference, I'm making sales. Okay? While I'm listening to Rick Ross, while I'm listening to Floyd Mayweather, while I'm, y'all saw that credit card game wars we were playing? While I'm having drinks on the balcony of the Lowe's Hotel, getting sales, getting text messages. Somebody messaged me today and they were like, is my order out? I'm like, girl, I'm still in Atlanta. And I love my clients, right? That little tea business. Yeah, that little tea business. Thank you. So between the cash from the little tea business and then how recession proof puts me on game with the credit, everything, this hotel, $200 a night on sale, because I know how to do things, on sale for $155. I had a hotels.com credit for $110. You do the math. So for 2 nights of staying here, it should have cost me $400 plus taxes. What did your girl play? A little over $100. put it on my hotels.com card, and that's going to count for points to help me get more rewards. When I go get my car repaired, right? What I'm going to put it on? My hotels.com card. Not because I don't have the cash, but why? Cash is trash when it's just in the bank. Cash is trash if you ain't getting no rewards and no points. And I know some of y'all are Dave Ramsey fanatics. I used to be so into Dave Ramsey that the guy that I was with at the time was like, oh, you watching your boyfriend? That's how I was like, I'm gazelle intense. Rice and beans and rice. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. That crap ain't, that don't sound good at all. I am not about that rice and beans and rice life. I'm about that calamari, coconut shrimp, right? Coconut shrimps. Mojito life, margarita life, all right? I'm not trying to be no grown woman living like I'm in college. And if that works for you, that's awesome. That's fine. That's just not going to work for me. I would rather, instead of like creating this budget and dwindling down my lifestyle, I would rather grow my income. Still pay off your debt. Still, everything that I charge on this card, I have the money many times over in my bank account. But why would I pay cash for something and get nothing for it? Instead, and let me tell y'all this, because I don't want y'all to get caught up. Credit is a lot more fun when you have cash, right? When I used to have credit cards before, I used to use them because I was not making enough income working at the college. So I would use them to fill in the gap with my income. Now that's not an issue. So I'm using them for the rewards. So when I go to pay for my car tomorrow, I'm going to put it on my hotels.com card, and it's going to get me some more hotel rewards. So I can stay at nice places like this. I should have really done this when it was like really, really bright outside, but I was moving slow today. But yeah, this is, I ain't going to bother Cassandra cut on the light. But anyway, guys, the food that Candy B and I ate, paid for with this card. The toll, no, I had to cash out that. Dang, that, I know that hurt me. I don't want to pay for anything now. I had to sell that to Candy B so she could cash app it, because I don't have cash app. They hacked me one time, and you got one time to mess with my money, and I promise you will never do it again. But yeah, I paid for everything with my hotels.com card and some other rewards cards that I had. And so this whole entire ordeal, you know, because my mom was like, this is no, my granny said, that's nothing but the devil. I said, no, granny, it's life. It's life. And I used to be like that too. Anything that bad happened to me, oh, this is the devil. No, it's life. Is it an inconvenience? Yes. But you know what I love? The Turo car rental king Maddie J says this: take your L's, your losses, turn them into lessons for you and blessings for others. So I don't know why this happened. For some reason, I needed to stay in Atlanta longer than I planned. Okay? I know my son has enjoyed himself. And I know this actually has been, because maybe if I went back to Savannah, I would just be like in the you know, all right, now I gotta do all of these things, right? But this really made me take a pause for the cause. We enjoyed the Airbnb. We are enjoying this hotel. Went downstairs, had us a nice breakfast at St. George Kitchen. And we'll check out tomorrow, go get the car, and head to Savannah then. So why I was supposed to stay here, I do not know. All I know is I've enjoyed my stay. What would have been years ago, the old KiMilli, what would have really, because this is a scenario, y'all. When I was not making any money in my business and being my own worst enemy in my business, not paying attention to the lessons, trying to be cheap in my business, trying to plant little seeds and reap these big harvests. The old KiMilli, who was really, really, really struggling, this is the scenario. If this same exact thing played out, man, my weekend would have been totally different. I wouldn't have been staying at the host hotel. I probably would have looked for the cheapest hotel in Miami, been about an hour away from the conference center, trying to catch an Uber and Lyft, been late to the conference because traffic, and then not networking with anybody, probably staying in a hotel that was funky, or something broken, and missing out on all of the connections that you make when you stay in the host hotel. I wouldn't have been able to take the private flight. Would have come back to Atlanta if my car, same scenario, if I hit something and my car were inoperable, I would have had to call my mommy, a grown woman. I would have had to call my mom and be like, can somebody send me some money so I can get the car towed? Okay, no, I'm gonna call AAA. Okay, who knows? Maybe using the deductible, and then my insurance going up. No, I'll just pay, not cash, but I'll just put it on my card. It's not that big of a deal for me to now have my premium go up long term for something like this. I'll just take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but calling somebody to get me a money for the tow, calling somebody to get me, borrowing money for the repair, and then having to worry about how, this is the thing when you're broke, like you don't have enough money for your own expenses, so a lot of times you end up borrowing money, usually from credit cards, so then you don't pay your credit card when it's due, and you don't pay it in full, and then that's more pressure on you, pressure. Then when you max out your credit cards, you borrow money from people, family members or friends. I never did the friends things, but and usually, like, I hate to ask people for stuff. So I was that girl who I wouldn't borrow money off the rip. I would let stuff really accumulate, and then I come for one lump sum. What is that? That's more pressure on you. That's more pressure. This is what the old Kimberly would have had to have done. This was my life before. Like, real talk, y'all. The car light from hell, blink, blink, blink. Yeah, I see the comments. Y'all don't understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. So anyway, it would have been a lot of borrowing money before, and then wondering, how am I going to pay that money back? Because if you already have an income shortage, right, and then you're using credit cards to fill that gap and borrowing money when you max out the cards, like, how do you ever get ahead? You know, it's a lot of pressure. That pressure manifests itself in health issues. That pressure manifests itself in you going off on your kids. That pressure manifests itself in a lot of negative ways that spill over into other areas of your life. Financial problems do lead to many other problems. So, you know, when I come on these Facebook Lives and I invite you to lock arms with me in business, I really don't care if you don't want to do the business that I do. Do something. Do something. But I promise you, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for you, because if you do not get started, year after year, it's going to be the same thing. But it's only going to get worse, because as you get older, you have less probability for change. All right? Less propensity for change. And you have less time to change. So you may as well get started today. I look at how long I've been with my company. It's been 5 years. 5 years. It's been slashed. It's been slow and fast. It's been a slashed 5 years, okay? But the thing about that velocity is that the slow part is the first part. But once it starts, you know, it's priming the pump. Once you start picking up speed, it goes much, much faster. Much, much faster. So the hardest dollar that you will ever make will be your first $1, $10, and $100. But start making like $5,000 and watch how quickly you jump to 10. Seriously. It's amazing. It's a lot of momentum, though. Okay? Once you figure it out, you figured it out. And now, guess what? All you have to do is scale. You just have to scale. Right? Let me see what y'all are saying here. Most people are the one auto repair away from emptying their savings account. Facts, been there, done that. A lot of people don't even have a savings account, though. I know when I was working, I didn't have a savings account. There was nothing left to save. Everything went to living and bills. Real talk, drop them gems. Oh, thank you, Cameron. More, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Coach? Coach, what's going on with the mentorship? I know he's on his anniversary, but we haven't had anything, right? There's nothing, right? Am I missing it? Let me know, Coach. Don't let me get kicked out of our mentorship. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on here and share this with you. When I say that I'm so thankful and grateful that I went through every trial and tribulation in the past past with my finances, because that led me to seek out an industry that I previously made fun of people for, the industry of network marketing, and some of y'all don't like it when I say the pyramid scheme thing, but I know that's what y'all call it. And quite frankly, I'm kind of poking fun at myself when I do that, because that's what I used to call it, because I just didn't know what I didn't know, right? So I'm glad that being broke humbled me to take a look at this industry that I previously made fun of. I'm definitely glad that I stuck with it, although I will say this, I understand why a lot of you quit, because it's hard when you start out and you're looking at other people and you like, they ain't better than me, and you're right, they are not better than you. However, the thing is, they don't think they're better than you, but they think better than you, meaning they've mastered the battlefield of the mind. They've mastered the battlefield of mind. They don't think they're better than you, but they do think better than you. And once you figure these things out, again, everything becomes so much easier. It's just like, you'll think to yourself, why was I making this so difficult before? Why didn't I get started sooner? And then you can take that, and I saw this with Recession Proof this weekend. There were people that had multiple successful businesses. I'm in trucking, and I'm in credit repair, and I do Airbnb, and I do Turo. It's like, what? And I have a Shopify store, and what? How do you have all of this going on and other people can't get one business started? You know why? Because the success formula is something that you can just rinse and repeat, right? If you're successful in this area, it's mostly mindset, right? It's mostly mindset. And when you understand that you don't have to be the main thing, you can outsource things, and you can have other people doing stuff, you can partner with people and all this different type of stuff. Now, once you figured out that success formula, you've gotten out of your own way, those success principles, they're applicable to other areas. That's why you can see a CEO in one company leave and go to be a CEO of another company, and they're not necessarily the same company, but it's the foundation, y'all. It's the foundation that's the same. So that's the great thing. Although this will be a difficult journey, once you got it, and you can parlay it into whatever you like, right? So anyway, we have a nice big flat screen TV over here. We have a nice, we're on the corner of the building downtown. So we're like at a cross section of a lot of stuff. And so tonight, what do you want to watch, son? What movie? Taking too long to answer. You can think of it later. Okay. So we'll. Alrighty then. He said, "Alrighty then. We'll watch a movie tonight in a big nice bed and a big flat screen TV." And then Monster House is whatever you like, son. Yeah, we'll watch the movie and we'll finish eating our Dominoes. Don't judge us, because we do have our tea. Okay? Yeah. That's the other thing. So I'm at the conference center, and it's so funny. I'm with Recession Proof, and I'm still repping for TLC. Ain't nobody ashamed of no TLC. TLC got me there. TLC is how I paid these bands for this mentorship. So what? So what? It's wise to have more than one stream of income. Yes. But have the first stream streaming, right, before we go to the next stream. A lot of people don't have multiple streams of income. They got multiple streams of frustration. A lot of people don't have the first stream streaming. They got a trickle, a drip. They have drips of income. So I'm dead set. Like, when I did TLC, you didn't see me doing TLC and 50 million things. It's been, year 5 before I started implementing some other things. All the other streams of income that I implemented along with TLC, they were organic to TLC. Meaning, I'm doing my Total Life Changes business. I'm telling you guys about these products. I'm doing a one-to-many communication, because I'm just one person. And I'm cutting these videos. I'm putting them on YouTube. Then YouTube says, you're eligible to be a YouTube partner. And I'm like, what's that? Well, you know these videos you cut and kill? You can get paid for them. Really? Yeah, click here, do this, da-da-da, da-da. And y'all trip me out, because you be like, how you get paid on YouTube? Shoot, I didn't know until I got the thing. But literally, there's this handy-dandy thing called the Googler. And you can type in how to get paid on YouTube, and it'll tell you exactly how to do it, right? Same thing with Amazon. Buying stuff on Amazon, or got in some group or something, and somebody was talking about being an Amazon affiliate, and I was like, I went to this handy dandy thing called the Googler. How to become an Amazon affiliate. Bloop. Did what I need to do. So if I go to somebody and I say, hey, drink this tea with this lemon water. And by the way, if your grocery store doesn't sell the lemon water, you can get it from Amazon. My Amazon link is below. So now I get paid when people buy the tea from me and the lemon water from Amazon. And here's the gotcha about the Amazon affiliate program, in case you did not know that. So when somebody clicks your affiliate link, they install this, I don't know, cookie, what is it, a pigment, pixel, peg, computer, something goes on your computer. It's not bad. Stuff is going on your computer all the time. Y'all know that, because y'all be like, ooh, I love this tracksuit. And then you go to the next website and you be like, oh, there's the same tracksuit. It's magic. No, it's not magic. It's the pixel, or the thingamajiggy, right? So when somebody clicks on your referral link with Amazon, there's a 24-hour period. And anything that they buy, in that 24-hour period, you get credit for it. So if I send you there for lemon tea and you say buy I don't know, step climber, guess what? I get credit not only for the lemon tea, but also for the step climber. Do y'all know what that means for me on Amazon Prime Day? Do y'all know that's why I will go ham shooting videos right before Amazon Prime Day? So those streams were all in alignment with TLC. I see people try to do multiple streams and they all over the place. And they look like a chicken with their head cut off online. So all the streams are just trickling or dripping because nobody really wants to commit to them, because they're not even committed to themselves. When you like do one thing and you knock it out the park, now when you go on to do other things, people don't mind. Because they know that you know how to do what you're doing. But when you jump prematurely, I say nothing premature is good, right? Anyway, I've been on here for a while. I just wanted to jump on and share that with y'all. Get your money up. Get your credit up. The way they were playing credit card wars at the Recession Proof Conference, ooh, that community is something else. I love my TLC family. I love my Recession Proof family. I bleed green and blue now. But I'm telling you, if you don't like anything in your life, or if you know, if life just happening to you sends you on a downward spiral of depression, and life is going to happen as long as you're living. Okay? Don't let the same, like, when you have an emergency with your car, when you're an 18-year-old, right? You get your first car, you're driving, you have an accident, you're like, oh my God, that's fine. But don't let 20 years pass and now you're 38 and you're still just as discombobulated when you have an accident because of the financial repercussions. Don't keep having the same problem decades later. Let's grow our problem, shall we? Right? Let's grow our problem. Don't you think that's a good game plan? Yeah. Oh, Carrie, please. The girl that made 10K while she was at the Recession Proof event, she was just one of many. There were people that had, and there was a guy who had made like, 20K with options. And I mean, those people do all types of things, and they finance a lot of this stuff with credit, and then it's credit that they're getting rewards on, and they're just basically compounding everything good. They're making income, they're reaping rewards, they're getting tax write-offs, they're preparing for business funding. Like, these people know what they are doing. And that's why when I found this group, I was like, yeah, I'm plugging into y'all. And definitely one of the best decisions I definitely made. Shout out to everybody in Recession Proof who came to my rescue in the WhatsApp group, in the private Facebook group that we have. Shout out to everybody that I met this weekend. Oh, and while I was telling y'all, I'm there and I'm at the Recession Proof Conference, but I'm also wearing my TLC band and I have my TLC mask, and people are like, I'm gonna need some of that NRG, and I'm like, I got you, baby. Or somebody like, oh, you that girl with the NutriBurst. That's that company with the NutriBurst. I got you, baby. And guess what? When you get in these larger communities and you pay to get in, these people had to pay to get in too. So guess what? Whereas a lot of TLC reps are like, nobody got money to buy stuff. No, because y'all out here trying to like walk up to people on the street, or just like, I don't know, y'all are trying to convince people instead of go to where people who already have money are. Get money out of the way. If money is your issue and your people don't nobody got no money, go to where the people who have money are. People who are not scared to spend money. And then all you have to do is see if they want the product. Because now if they want the product, you know they don't have resource problems attaining it. Does that make sense? Hello? Anybody hear me? Anybody home? Trying to put y'all on game. And you know what's so funny too? When I do these Facebook Lives, I give a lot of free information. You know why? Because I'm not popular enough for a whole bunch of people to jump on. Yeah. I don't come up here and do as much entertaining as I do educating. So I never have like these record high live numbers. And that's perfectly fine. And even those who hear my precious words, if my precious words into your ear gate, right? How many people gonna act on it? Less than 5%. Less than 5%. I'm not saying that because, you know, I have anything against you. I'm just saying that because that's just how the numbers always work out. The numbers never lie. Very few people, number one, get information. Number two, act on information. Number three, act on information long enough. So I can put all my secrets out there, and my secrets are still safe with me. It's just like, that's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. So anyway, I'm going to go spend a little bit of time with the little one. If you're a customer of mine and you're watching this, your order is going to be delayed because I'm playing gypsy right now. And yeah, when I get back to Savannah, you'll know. You'll see that email tracking notification from the stamps.com, my home printing thing. How do we link with the recession-proof group? Send me an inbox because I don't remember these comments as much. I do have a recession-proof affiliate link that's supposed to be coming to me soon, so I'll put you on the list. I will tell you this though: be prepared to invest in yourself. Don't be scared. But I love the investment that I made. I've already made way more than my money back. And I definitely have on my agenda to come and share with you some of the testimonials from the private group, from the private pilot group I have, where people have taken some of the tips that I paid for. I gave them to them for free, and they had amazing results. So y'all stay tuned, turn on those notifications, make sure that when I go live, you see me first, you're subscribing to my channel, all of the above, and let's have the best year ever. For real, for real. All right, bye y'all.